Alright guys, and welcome to today's video. Hope everybody is well. Today's video is just a little look into what a typical day looks like for me at the moment now that we've returned to some form of normality in Dubai. It's certainly not normal, it's definitely not what it was like before in January and February, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was a couple of weeks ago. We are back in business. The beaches are open after 10 weeks of them being closed. After 10 weeks of being up there and staring at an empty beach, I can finally now go on it.
Yeah, get the money, get the wealth. She don't want nobody, she just want me to herself. She hate it when I leave cause she don't want nobody else. Got them diamonds on me dancing like I came up out the shelf. Smoking on these gushes like I gave up on my health. I've been making all this money off the cards that I was dealt. Side, smoking on sun hot for real. Hella groupies for the gang, why would I keep them to myself? You thought we was playing till we keep on you.
So if anyone wants an update of what the temperatures are like in June in Dubai in the sea, I would describe it as being very bath-like. Like usually you come into the sea to cool off and you don't even really cool off. It's like the only time I've ever simultaneously been in the sea and been sweating at the same time. This year has been absolutely mental with what has been going on. There's just been so much negativity in the news, social media. It has been ridiculous. I feel like everyone everywhere has their gloves up, like ready to fight, ready to argue with someone. And I'm not about that life. I'm a positive person. I want to stay away from negativity. So when I'm out and about this time of year, I feel like I'm always sweating. This isn't seawater, this is sweat, by the way. So obviously I've got to keep hydrated. I'm probably drinking twice the amount of water I would usually drink. But this is the life. People ask me why did I move to Dubai. This is a lifestyle I like to live. Sunshine every day, beach on my doorstep, good vibes. What I would say to any people who want to come and visit Dubai, I would say the best time to come would be between October and April. Because it is, maybe May's alright, but it's hot, like it's seriously hot. Like I'm struggling a bit when it comes to doing my work, like even just doing photo shoots. Like I can't do a photo shoot wearing clothes outdoors. It's just not, it's not happening. And I definitely feel as though it does kind of sap you, it drains your energy. So when I'm out and about, I make sure I'm not in the sun for too long, because if I'm in the sun for too long, I notice it like really negatively impacts my training session. Like when I've had days where I've literally spent all day in the sun, if I try and do a workout later on, it is absolutely pathetic. I have no energy, no motivation, and there's just no pump. So the first meal of the day is, as it always has been, an omelette. I think I've been doing this for years, and I think I will continue to do so in the future. I just like the way eggs sit with me in the morning. I feel so energized, so fresh, and so satisfied after I have an omelette. The recipe has been improved over the years. Well, basically since I got here. I can't even believe that the omelette I used to make, which was literally 4 eggs and a bit of seasoning, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't even know how I survived eating that. We've upgraded it now. We've added a few more ingredients to spice it up. So what I'm doing, chopping garlic, and I also have pre-chopped onion. Okay, that is key. What I've also added to the mix is some shiitake mushrooms. They're good for you. Mushrooms are good for you. You know, it's weird. I used to despise mushrooms. I read a book on mushrooms. It was like a horror story for kids about these mushrooms. And after I read that book, I just decided not to eat mushrooms. And that lasted for probably 8 years. And then I thought, oh, well, I need to stop doing that. I need to start eating mushrooms again because they're good. And shiitake mushrooms in particular have some very beneficial health properties to them. Once the eggs are in, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of seasoning, some pepper, you know, just to give it some taste, you know, just some extra taste. Because after all, this is a banging omelette. So a quick time out from the video. Very briefly, I'm going to talk about current situation, what's going on in the world. First things first, racism. It's disgusting, all right? It shouldn't be happening. The fact that it's still happening in this day and age, year 2020, is an absolute joke. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why? someone would want to be racist, okay? If you're judging someone differently because of the colour of their skin, there's something wrong with you. You need to have a word with yourself. You're a disgusting human being, right? Second of all, we all need to educate ourselves, right? The thing which has annoyed me the most about this situation is people, take for example Blackout Tuesday, right? People were posting that black square for the wrong reasons, okay? They don't know what the purpose of the movement is. They don't understand what Black Lives Matter really is. If you ask them what is Black Lives Matter, most of them won't even know what it actually stands for, okay? And a lot of people, I know this for a fact, posted that black square because they felt pressured into doing it. They didn't want to be seen as being racist, or they thought it was a fashionable, trendy thing to do, right? If you did it for any one of those reasons, you did it for the wrong reasons, all right? There's a lot of people out there, I know for a fact, they want to do this just to get brownie points from the black community, right? After posting it, they'll just be like, okay, well, my duty is done. I've done what I need to do. I'm going to get back to my cushy life and not make a difference, okay? If you posted that, it is up to you now to actively try and make a positive difference in this world, okay? Do what you need to do. I don't have the solutions as what is going to end racism, okay? It's a complex issue, but it does start off with the individual. We have to treat everybody equally. And I think more importantly, if we see any racism occurring, whether it be out and about in the workplace, we have to call people out on it, okay? We actually have to confront them, okay? If I ever come across a racist person, it doesn't happen that often, but it has in the past, I'll say to them, no, it's not on. That is bang out of order. It's disgusting, right? You need to have a serious word with yourself because that is not acceptable in this day and age. And I simply will leave it at that. I will not associate with them. I will not work with them. I will not talk to them. They are not in my circle. I keep my circle full of good people, good human beings, nice people, okay, that treat everybody equally. Second thing I want to talk about is education, doing your own research and just waking up to the true reality of what is going on in the world, okay? If you get all your information from social media and the news, you have no idea about what the true reality of the situation is, right? The news is absolute bullshit. I've known this for a while, but it's become even more apparent over the past few weeks and months as I've spent more time just digging deep and going down rabbit holes and trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the world, right? It's all corrupt, right? It's all politics. People at the top who own the news corporations and the media, they're in complete control about what is covered and what is not covered, right? Same thing goes with social media, right? There's so much fake news going around. There's so much money involved with pushing false stories and so on. It's a complete mess, right? It's hard to even make sense of what is going on. So it's up to you guys to do your own research on a particular topic which you have an interest in. You can't speak about something if you don't really know what is truly going on, right? That is all I'm going to say because it'll really go down into this rabbit hole and go completely off topic. People probably think I'm crazy, or you know, God knows what else. My videos will probably get taken down or whatever, but that's all I'm going to say. Wake up, do your own research, keep digging, keep learning. You can watch the news, you can watch social media, but don't take it for an absolute fact, right? Because in more cases than not, it's not true. So anyway, back to the video. Second meal of the day is oatmeal. I have this 1 to 2 hours after the omelette. This is kind of like a pre-workout meal. 100 grams of oats prepared on the stove with some almond milk. Sprinkle some raspberries on the outside. I'm kind of a sucker for this little combo at the moment. I know it's not the healthiest option for me, but once upon a time I tried putting Biscoff in the oatmeal and I never really looked back. It is absolutely unbelievable. Yes, Biscoff's bread is not healthy. You're better off using peanut butter, but I friggin' love Biscoff. Life is about moderation, that's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna put about 20 grams worth or 30 grams worth of Biscoff on top of the oatmeal. So it will very slowly melt, and then a tiny bit of cinnamon I'm gonna sprinkle on top, just for a bit of flavoring. And then about 20 grams worth of granola I'm gonna sprinkle on top of it. Because I don't know, like when you add a bit of crunch to oatmeal, it's the one, mate. It's the one. So after I've had my oatmeal, I'll sit down and I'll do a bit of work for like an hour or two, but let's face it, nobody really wants to see me sit down and do work. So let's fast forward that bit and head off to the gym. When I go to the gym, I train with a training partner called Craig. He lives next door to me, so we basically just share a lift to the gym, which is about a 15-minute drive away. Now, I have a strong feeling he's going to be at the barbershop because he's pretty much there every 2 to 3 days. I've never known a man who likes getting a trim so much, so let's go and see if he's there. By the way, they're still pretty strict with some of the rules when it comes to wearing masks and getting a temperature check. Like, I should still technically be wearing a mask at all times if I'm in a public place. If I don't, I will get myself a nasty fine. It's already happened. I was at the Burj Khalifa trying to get a nice photo for Instagram. 2 undercover policemen came up to me, the CID, flashed their badges, and got all my details taken just because I wasn't wearing a mask. So if you're in Dubai right now, you need to wear a mask at all times in public places. Well, look who it is. Zul, the king of the fade, king of the trim.
How they look at that fresh bad boy.
So when you get a haircut now, you have to wear a plastic bag on your body.
I was going to do some cardio, but then I said I'll come get a fresh trim and absolutely sweat away today.
Isn't that right, Zul? Is it good to be back at the barbershop, Zul? So Craig's had his sexy trim done and dusted. I tell you what, when we both leave in a couple of weeks' time, that place will most definitely go out of business because we are here almost every single day. Dubai is a mint place to be, but in the summertime, it's a little bit extreme, and I think we both need a little break from it.
Yeah, it's people are like, oh, there's no way, man, you're sick of the sun. I'm like, I'm not sick of the sun, but when it's like 40 degrees but feels like 55 and humidity's 90%, you will be on a flight out of here too.
Top of the league, check the moves we're making. We're busy caking, you niggas busy raving. I had a teacher being naughty, called her misbehaving. I need a CSCS card, I put work on them pavements. Top of the league, I check the moves we're making. We're busy caking, you niggas busy raving. I had a teacher being naughty, called her misbehaving. I need a CSCS card, I put work on them.
When it comes to the weekend, what I've basically been doing is just going to loads of different hotels in Dubai, because obviously there's nowhere for me to go. I can't leave the country. If I leave the country, I can't get back in. So it's actually been quite a cool opportunity to see more of Dubai, stay in different hotels, explore the beaches, and so on. I think the official term is called a staycation. I don't know why that word irritates me. You know, when there's certain words that irritates you, that word irritates me. But anyway, it seems to be quite a popular thing at the moment. So each week I've gone to a different place. I've been to like 5 Hotel, Caesar's Palace, Jumeirah, Al Naseem, went to that place in the desert. So it has been pretty cool. But yeah, no, after a while the scenery kind of gets a bit samey. So I'm kind of looking forward to checking out somewhere overseas pretty damn soon. Like I said, I will be leaving very shortly. 3 weeks, inshallah, depending upon whether or not the whole world wants to go into lockdown again, but that is the plan. I'll be here for 3 more weeks and then I'm out. So third meal of the day is protein, carbs and vegetables. I'll either have this straight after my workout at the gym, because the gym actually has quite a lot of decent food on offer. Otherwise, if not, I'm not hungry, I'll just have it a little bit later. At home, I am eating a little bit later today. Whenever I'm kind of feeling hungry, I'll have my protein shake, portion of fruit and a little snack. So that's bringing me up to about 3,000 calories. That's what I'm consuming at the moment. I am cutting, but I have gradually tapered down my calories. It's working because I am gradually losing body fat. Right? I don't need to do any cardio at the moment, thank the Lord. The last thing I want to do is go on a treadmill and do some cardio in this heat with a mask around my neck. If I'm going to do any kind of cardio over the next few weeks, I'll probably just go in the sea and swim some lengths. Because I did a previous video to see how long it would take me to burn 100 calories, and apparently, according to the Fitbit, it only takes around 7 and a bit minutes to burn 100 calories when you're swimming, so I might just swim for 15 minutes or so. So the evenings in Dubai are very different to what they used to be. Usually, it's absolutely kicking off everywhere until the early hours like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, but at the moment, it's not happening because they've implemented, or the authorities have implemented this curfew where you have to be back at home by 11 o'clock. It's a bit of a weird one, but obviously it's got something to do with the coronavirus. I don't ask me why, but that's just the way it is at the moment. Everyone has to be back at home at 11. So most things like restaurants, things like that, they all shut at 10. You know, there is people walking about now. It's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So it is like active, but I think because of like the temperatures, the humidity, and the lack of things to do, people, you know, they're not really out and about. And obviously the nightclubs are closed, the bars are closed. So, you know, it's not a vibe, as you would say. So yeah, evenings are pretty dead, to be honest, and it's just so hot and unpleasant. It's not even nice. I was covered in sweat in that last clip just from sat outside talking. So, you know, I just work, chill, do what I need to do in the evening and just save myself for the summer, really. I do think the summer's going to be saved and there'll be a lot going on in Europe, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been a good few months of just really training, eating well and getting my work done. I haven't had a drop of alcohol since the end of January, so that's been a learning experience. It's been good for me, I'll tell you that. So yeah, that's that. Pretty sure in a month's time, Dubai is going to be a lot more normal, even more normal. I think the moment they start letting tourists in, it's going to be a lot like it usually is. This whole place depends on tourists. It can't I can't survive for much longer, to be honest, so it is what it is. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm going to wrap it up now. Remember, be a good human being, be a good person, it's very important, and see you in the next video.